I consider it an act of indiscipline that has no return. So I was like, yeah, I understand your decision. I was wrong how I behaved. I let my frustration get the best of me today. I just want to say thank you for giving me a fair opportunity. Since you arrived, these 2 weeks have been the best for me since I came here. I like your coaching style, the way you do things and handle things. It was an honor to get a chance to play for you, Coach. Wish you was here when I first arrived. Probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
Thank you for everything and sorry for my behavior.
What are you thinking? Yeah. What are you thinking? Yeah. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah. What are you thinking? Hey. What are you thinking? Hey. If you wanna know my thoughts, open your ears when I talk. Yeah.
Welcome back to another edition of the Arnold's Thoughts Podcast, man. It's your boy, where we talk overseas basketball every single day. And this is definitely an overseas basketball situation. We got another one to bite the dust. Another one has bitten the dust. Dang, my boy, what happened? First of all, introduce yourself, man. Let people know who you is. I know you had you on a couple times, but it's a formal, you know what I'm saying?
TJ Dunn's from Atlanta, Georgia. Been playing for like 6 years now. Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. So you from Atlanta?
Yeah, born and raised out the trenches.
Why you say the trenches?
That's where I'm from.
Atlanta is the trenches?
The part I'm from.
Certain parts. Yeah, I know. I know certain
yeah.
parts of Atlanta. It could be some of the trenches, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get straight into it, man. What happened? You gonna waste no time. What happened, man?
It was just one of them moments. Just frustration got the best of me. Like I think I reached a boiling point.
Mm-hmm. What is it? The needle that broke the camel's back. The hair that broke the camel's back.
Pressure bust pipes.
Mm-hmm.
You did, and I bust the pipe today.
You bust the pipe. And pressure does two things. Pressure is the bust pipes, so makes diamonds.
In this case, it ain't no diamond.
It ain't no diamond.
It was on the way to making a diamond.
Yeah?
It was on its way, but it just the last 2 months I've been here. It's just been so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
And for a player like me, it was the first time it happened in my career that I'm dealing with. I normally have off the court issues,
right.
But I never really had on the court issues in my career, like from high school, college. I ain't never worried about playing 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they ain't never. So if you ain't never been in them shoes, you don't know how you'll react. And this how I reacted. It was like I couldn't handle the pressure.
This episode of Arnold's Thoughts Podcast was brought to you by Bold Claims Apparel. Bold Claims. It's not just a statement, it's a lifestyle. Make sure you check the link in the bio and shop all of our latest apparel today. Back to the episode.
Pressure is not like playing wise. It's just like not playing. That's pressure. Like that's pressure to me. Like, y'all brought me all the way this far to play me 10 minutes. Then we end up getting a new coach, and he changed the whole thing. But by the time he get here, the pressure already high. Like, it's already high. It was coming down, but I don't know what happened today. It just...
Man. So you get into the context of what happened today?
Yeah,
all right. To be in context of what happened today. So we in practice. Like, you get fouled. Did you get fouled? Because I don't even remember how the play exactly happened. I know...
I got fouled a few times in the first 2 games. I got fouled. The second game we lost when I missed the floater. He slapped my arm on that.
Yeah.
But so I'm not tripping, but I'm watching how you call certain fouls. Like before I just even get to saying anything, I've been telling you this. I observe a lot before I just be like, nah, TJ, you tripping. He ain't doing it like that. Then he just made another call, and I was looking like, damn, bro. Like, where my call at? Like, damn, like, bro.
But, okay, so he didn't make a call. and you felt that you should got it.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to take it as far as I took it. I just wanted to really just like that. Like, what's up, bro? Like, but I guess I didn't like how his reaction was, like his face expression. So I kept talking, like, and once you keep talking and you just get madder. Then Lariana walked up. I understand from his side. He trying to look out for Coach.
Yeah, because you was going in on him.
Yeah, I was. I crossed the line. I definitely crossed the line. I'm man enough to say, hey, I was wrong. I was tripping, but
nah. But you reached out to both of them, so you know what I'm saying. It goes both ways. Cause you know what I'm saying. Most people they'll do something and then they won't be man enough to be like, yo, I was wrong. You reach right out. So no, everybody gonna mess up. This is what you do after that. Yeah, so that's real. You know what I mean?
When you do something wrong, you gotta man up, stand on what you did, but you gotta understand what you did was wrong too. And I knew the consequences came with that. Hey.
So the consequences.
Yeah.
So let's get back. We'll get back into like the whole story. You get fouled. He didn't call it, and you just kind of spazzed on him. But you said something. You can't really think that they like that. It's just you got to understand, bro. You understand. That's the whole situation that I'm not getting. You already know. Yeah. And that's why I was just like, you hear me today in the training, I wasn't really saying nothing because I'm like, bro, you already know.
Yeah. I already knew walking the door. We had plenty of conversations. It was just one of them days, like, man, I can't keep going for this. Like, I can't, like, you've been acting this way since I got here.
But he's unimportant.
He is. He's very unimportant. And I let him get the best of me.
He basically got his spot taken over by the non-assistant. That just shows, just by the fact of the manner of how he carries himself when it comes to, like, training. I said a few things to him as well. Like, hey, bro, why every time I'm trying to shoot, you never rebound for me, but every time I come in here, you're rebounding for the other guys. You know?
You look out for their own.
They look out for their own. I already see what it is. I'm going to leave it at it. It is what it is. That's why he can never have no kind of... I can never be upset with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I already see you for what you are. You showed me blatantly. So for me to even get mad at the situation, it's just like...
Yeah, that was on me.
That's all like, bro... But it could have been so. You had your spat. You spazzed on him. Could have just went and chilled.
I was trying to, but it was like awesome. I think
because he did it to you. He did it to you before. He sat you before, and you chilled.
It was more like Lariana threw fire. I mean, gas on the fire already. You feel me? I'm already hot. If he don't come do that to me, I stop talking. Like I stopped talking and chill. But once he did that, it just, bro, who is you talking to? Who you think you is? Like, oh, you want to be the enforcer? That's how I took it as, like, oh no, you can't talk to coach. But hold up, I'll beat your ass too.
But it ain't even.
I know, but in the moment when you already mad, you not thinking like it's not like that. You just seeing body language and seeing how aggressive he talking. He's talking aggressive too, though. So if I'm already talking aggressive and you come and talk to aggressive, it's only one way where I come from how to take that. Like, but then again, if you sit back and think about these guys, you know
none of them are like that.
They're like that.
None of them are like that.
In the moment, you not.
You got. So how do we get to this moment? How do we get to this moment where we understand the situations that we in? Because we can't allow. Oh yeah, I mean, this happened in this situation. I'm pretty sure you'll play for another team, but you'll be in this situation again.
No, I won't be in no situation.
Not the situation of, okay, let's not even just say the basketball situation. Because really, we can't even say the basketball situation.
Not the basketball situation.
But just this situation, period. Like, it's going to happen again somewhere where you're going to be like, okay, am I going to take it this far again? Because I'm going to keep it a buck. You really tweaked out and I'm really tight. I'm really upset. Like, for real, because it's like, bro, if any chance we did have, I got to keep it. We're not going to win if you're not playing. And I understand if it was on something really happened, they ain't pay you your bread, they ain't give you your money.
All that been
but everything completely switched up, bro. And you really left me hanging out here. I'm really tight about that.
I apologize.
I'm really tight about that.
You've been the main reason I've been here. Like, still stayed around. Then the coach come,
and then he
really rocked with me. So I'm like, I got two guys in my corner that like, all right, I can push.
You got the two main guys.
Yeah, like I can push through, but I don't know what it was, bro. It was just one of them days. Everybody have a day.
Yeah.
And I just picked the wrong day to have a day. But I was saying like, I think a lot. I think a lot about especially when I do something, my actions. Then I think about the consequence. But I'm not really mad at myself because I knew what I was supposed to did 2 months ago. Before it got to this, which I know myself.
Mm-hmm. I
knew myself, and I knew I should have left before it got to this. I told you several times, like, bro. I'm a spaz, like, I've been showing them over the weeks. Look, all right, y'all stop fucking with me now. Then it happened. I'm not saying it's right, but I knew when you know yourself, you just got to get up out that situation. Even though the situation changed
dramatically,
it changed, but I'm still feeling some type of way. Like, I still feel some type of way. Yeah, we got a new coach, and I rock with this coach. But you came when the pressure already up.
Okay, so the question is, how do you make sure you don't bust pipes instead of build diamonds?
Now you gotta you learn from it.
Right.
Just learn. I gotta learn from this situation. I know I gotta control my attitude more.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my attitude have got better, but it have got better, but I still have some parts where I need to work on. I got some growing, and you know that come with.
No, that's everything.
Yeah, like
that's in every one. You don't measure the times you did wrong. You just measure how you learn from the situation and how you go on from there. Because, you know, like you said, everything has its consequence.
Good or bad.
Good or bad, everything has its consequence, and in this consequence, you literally got released, bruh.
Yeah, I got released. But it's not.
What have the agents what did the general, has he ever hit you back, the general manager? Did he say something?
Yeah, I have a nice relationship with the general manager. He said,
I'm talking about afterwards, like, did he contact you back and said something? What did he say?
Oh, he was saying, he talked to the coach, and he understand what happened and the situation, unfortunately. And he was like, basically he was talking about my flights.
Right.
Like, but I reached back and said, told him thank you for this opportunity. Like, at the end of the day, I think they upset, but this been happening for 2 months.
Yeah.
I've been telling them it ain't no secret that I wanted how I felt about being here. It's no secret with the GM, with the coach. He knew before he started coaching us. They already had talked about me, like he's not happy being here because the other coach. But now me and the GM, he know firsthand, like, I've been trying to leave. I hit him directly, like, hey, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, can you be patient? Can you be patient? Can you be patient? But he ain't say too much. He was like, your behavior, it wasn't good, pretty much. Like, what you did wasn't acceptable. But I don't think the GM really want to get rid of me. It's more like the coach. The coach got to stand his ground to show the other players.
He's big on that.
Yeah, and that's why I told him, like, I respect your coaching style, like, because you stand on
what he believes in.
And that's
can't really, because I was just having a conversation with one of my my homeboys, and I was just like, this coach, I can't say one bad thing about him, bro. He's a real deal. Like, he's definitely a real deal.
You play for great coaches, you know a great coach when you see him. He's definitely one of them. Like,
definitely one of them.
Hey, he stand on, you got so many times to mess up, he gonna rock with you. Mm-hmm. But once you do some stuff you can't come back from, like what I did,
He gotta stand.
He gotta stand firm. Like, and I respect that. That's not even. I look at it as a coach, but at the end of the day, that's a man. Like how he handled the things. Like, a man. Like, I gotta respect it. Like,
you have to respect it.
And I figured when I did that, he going. Coach ain't going for that.
Right.
He ain't going for that.
He ain't going for that.
Like, a great coach ain't going for that. It's
right.
It just and it don't got nothing. What I did don't got nothing to do with coach. Cause coach ain't showed me. He showed me nothing but love since I've been here.
He even really just let you have
he
let
you
have it out. He let you get it out.
He let me get it out. Everything. He ain't say one word.
No.
He ain't say nothing. He just sat back and watched. But when I left practice, I think that what did it for him.
No, it was. He was saying it on the. Well, you couldn't understand Spanish, but I'm not gonna lie. When I see you picked up your phone, I know this dude not finna slide. Cause there's nothing validating that right now. Like, he just said, take a break. He took a break before, came back and started killing.
I've never been that mad. I was never that mad, but this time I just felt like, all right, he said take a break. Man, let me get out of this gym, cause the more I just look at them, I'm just, cause I'm at the point like, man, I'm ready to fight now. Like, I'm ready to fight. Like, fuck it. Like, y'all been playing with me for 2 months.
Man,
they 2 months.
They don't even move. No, they don't even think like that.
I know, but that's how we think. Like, hey, man, hold up. Hey, y'all been playing with me 2 months. 2 months. And it don't got nothing to do with y'all, but you was on that coach side. Yuri, you was on his side.
He was, but
you had stopped talking to me before.
That just shows you the level of what this coach came in, because he's seen it change the other coach.
He changed everything.
Everything in a matter of what? You been here 2 weeks?
2 weeks, changed everything.
If he would have been here the whole season.
More minutes since he got here, I didn't double my points. Just in 3 games.
In 3 games. I'm like, shoot, I'm not leaving this coach. Regardless, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get many coaches like that.
Nah, you don't.
Smart, know what he's talking about, call people out, put the ball in your hands. You don't get a winner.
Yeah, you don't get too many coaches like that.
I can't really count too many on my...
Especially like professional-wise, you don't get...
Especially an overseas coach.
Yeah, like you don't get too many...
An overseas coach that really know basketball. We do film, look at the numbers. Nah, that's top tier.
He's top tier.
He is top tier.
He's not...
He don't let nothing slide.
He's a B-list coach. He's an A-list coach.
He's
like,
top tier.
He's one of the best coaches I done played for overseas. Like, he is. Like,
and we only been with him 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And I wish he was here. We wouldn't be doing this interview right now. Especially not about this.
Not about this.
Talking about winning the championship. Yeah. The championship. You feel me? But, hey, man, things happen. You learn from it. Just, at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and, like, accept what happened, what you did. As long as you can do that, you can move forward. Right.
So what are you going to do next?
That's all it's all about. First, I got to make it up out of here.
I'm talking about, like, next step. Like,
my next step is just go home, focus on family. Be gone so long. Let's focus, put the time in with my son. I got a lot of tournaments set up for this summer, money tournaments. Then just see what the agent's talking about. Mm-hmm. Whatever happens, man. If I have to hang my shoes up.
Do you think about hanging your shoes up?
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I think about it.
Why is that? What makes a player get to the point where you feel like I want to hang it up?
Once you've been doing it for 5-6 years, going on 7, 9. So you should understand, like, you got, you start having these thoughts, like, man, I don't know if I want to keep doing it. I'm missing so much time. It's more like time with my son. Like, I'm missing birthdays, Christmas. Like, I'm missing real time. And every time I come home, he bigger. So I think about, like, man, how long can I do this for? Like, if I ain't have no child, I can rock out. But then my body, I start feeling my body, my knee. You feel me? Then these type situations, like, well, I ain't really have no, but I'm just saying, like, that you got to deal with the agents playing about the money. They trying to lowball you. You got to deal with all that. And I'm just at that point where I'm tired of the bull. I'm tired of the bull. It's just like, all right, I'm very mentally strong, but it mess with your mental a lot. Like,
no, 100%. It's 100%. That book, I told you that right. The biggest chapter in that book is mental toughness.
Yeah, it's mental toughness. Like, if you're not mentally strong, you gonna break. You will break over here. Like, everybody just thinking, oh, you living a life, you out partying. Nah, you got some days you don't even want to go to practice. It's like a regular job.
Mm-hmm.
But we just doing something we love, but it's not easy. You the only one here. And in my case, I can only talk to a few people because nobody don't speak no English. For real. I got to translate everything, but it's just been a lot. And I just got to that point in my career, like, all right, if I'm not making this certain amount of money, I'm not going.
It's got to add up.
It got to add up. Like, if I ain't making this money, y'all can have it. I'm not one of these players that say I'm playing overseas just to play overseas. Overseas. I know guys making $1,000, $1,500, and I'm never.
Right.
Never. I can go work back at the crib. I got a degree. I got 2 degrees. You feel me? Like, I can just put my degrees to use. And that's what a lot of people don't know about me.
Right.
They just look at me like, oh, he's just a hothead that play basketball.
What are your degrees in?
Public administration.
And what's the other one?
I gotta look. I don't know. I'm embarrassed. I gotta look. But yeah.
No, to be able to even finish, because really a lot of times, most overseas basketball players don't even finish college.
Don't.
Out of pretty much all my homeboys that actually went and played overseas, they ain't finished. They was like, well, my time's up. I got this job calling. I'm going to hoop. I'm a hoop. But then, like you say, 6 years down the road, you start being like, man, this hooping stuff it's really not like I thought it was going to be.
Because you jumping into a different situation every year. It ain't like you playing for the same team. You know, you got some guys are lucky enough to get.
That's one of the biggest things that I'm still searching for a home.
I've been trying to do that for ever.
But sometimes that just takes time.
Come play for a team 3-4 years.
Right. You can sign a multi-year deal.
You got some guys lucky enough to do that, but that's hard to do. Man, that's so hard.
Especially if it's in the right position too, because you want to get your money's worth. Some teams that do it, but it gotta be. It's like
that's what I'm saying. Like, once you find the right situation, and you doing well that year, the next year they ain't gonna be able to pay you.
Exactly. That's a lot of time too. That's something. Yeah, that's something.
So you can't stay.
That I don't feel get talked about or people don't understand. Like, when you get over here and you go to like a certain league or whatever, and you kill, like you do what you're supposed to do, you kill. You really get sometimes put into a position where you're making too much money for this team that you just was on, and probably worth more than what a team is willing to pay you. So you really get stuck in that middle position, literally like purgatory. I had a team. I won a championship with them. It was my first chip. I won overseas. And I was trying to come back. They ain't even know. I was trying to come back. They ain't even offering me because they already know it's like.
It costs too much.
Regardless of we ain't even going to ask.
Because we know we can't afford it.
We can't afford
I've been in like 2 situations like that, so.
And you can't just keep taking low ball money because.
Yeah, like your first few years.
Yeah.
You can do that. But after time, you're like, man.
Shoot, because the team that offered me, I was finna come back to them for like lower than what I even got offered from the other team. Like they offered me like dang near 3 times as much as I was making to them. I was finna come back for like, just give me 1,000 more and I'm coming back.
And I was coming back. Is so good.
I ain't had no kids. I wasn't had no girl. I was in the capital. We just won. You know what I'm saying? It was sweet. I had no problems of coming back. Hey, well, let's try to run it back because the way the season, we were playing the championship from the year before and we won that one. And in that year, we missed the playoffs, but it was like a 3-way tie and it went by point system. And we had people hurt. So it was really like, we really could run it back. For real. We get our imports back. It was really, we was playing with 3 imports and the max is 4. And we were still winning. So imagine we had a full team.
Yeah.
Nah, we ain't even gonna offer you. And it took me a while to understand that, like, that part of the game, like, you're too good for us to offer you. I'm thinking like, dang, y'all gonna rock with me? I just won y'all a chip. They ain't won a chip since then. That was 2015. They haven't won one since. That's almost 8 years. And before that, they hadn't won one in 10 years. Y'all ain't gonna rock with me, you know?
It
ain't even got nothing to do with that.
It's the money.
It's the money.
Cha-chas.
The business part of it. The business part of it. So you finna go back. I know you say you got your son, but we gotta really. What makes you feel like this burning out happens like within Hooper's lives? Like this, the burnout.
The burnout. I want to say
because you gotta think about it, like if you put in this situation. Because I think in this situation, right, we've been wanting to play this game our whole life. Then you finally get it, and then because you gotta think about it, your whole life you've been playing for free. When you was a kid, middle school, high school, college, but really you're still playing for free. You know what I'm saying? Then when you actually start making some money doing it, like I've been doing this for 20-something plus years, and then 5-6 years, and I'm getting paid and making a living from it. I'm done. Why is that? Because you think it's because we have so much expectations of what we think it is, and then when we finally, if you ask me as a rookie coming in, if this is what I thought it was like, I would be like, I don't know.
No, I think everybody's expectations are different. Like, it's just some people, how you deal with certain things. Like,
what's up, guys? I just dropped my new ebook, 6 Must-Have Steps to Be an Overseas Basketball Player. You know, I've been playing for the last 9 years. I got all the steps and the traits that you need to start your journey with networking, with getting a mentor, all the things that you need to start your journey to be a protege. So go get that ebook, click the link in the bio, and make sure you get your steps to being that overseas pro one day. Let's go.
some people, yes sir, no matter what, they not gonna say nothing crazy about the situation they in. Like the coach, the GMs can do whatever, say whatever to them, and they just gonna take it. You got some people just gonna take everything you throw at them. Like okay, that's cool. Like y'all 2-3 months late with my money. You got some guys overseas, it's not saying nothing about it. They just shut up and dribble. They gonna keep dribbling. Then you got some guy like me. I'm the I guess the hothead who not gonna go for some of the stuff. Hey, you late with my money more than a month. Hey, I don't practice. I'm that type of player. Like, I'm not gonna practice. Then it's just how you deal with things. Like, man. Then you got some guys like you. You gonna say something on it, but you gonna keep pushing. Like, you ain't gonna say too much. You gonna have your conversations with the coaches or whatever. But I don't know, bro. Like, you just, once you continue to just see the same things, like you see from, you know, first off, I'm in a whole nother country. I've never been to South America, but I've been seeing the same things in Europe. I see here.
Basketball, overseas basketball.
Overseas basketball, I see.
It's the same.
It's the same. And before I even got here, I'm like, man, before this season even started, I'm like, I only got a few more years in me. Like, cause I just, first off, I'm coming from clubs, even though we only practice one time a day. But some clubs out here really practicing twice a day.
Trust me, I know.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
thank God we going once a day. That's what I'm saying. It's sweet. It's really
sweet here.
Weights, and then we just, and some days we don't even have weights.
Yeah, it's sweet here, but I think a lot of teams before I got here, I always practiced twice a day. And I couldn't stand it. I hated that. That burnt me out a lot, like, about overseas basketball. Like, man, what? Man, we grown as hell. Like, what the hell? We practice it 2 times a day. Like, we didn't even do that in college. Like, practice twice a day. Like, we professional. You got us practice twice a day. Even though the first practice might not be much, but I got to see you all day. Then you got to deal with people calling from back home. Like, you got to deal with the mother of my child just calling me. I got to try to discipline him while I'm over here trying to keep my discipline. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to tell him what to do, and I'm over here trying to Musa. like
I'm trying to discipline you and keep myself disciplined. I'm getting in trouble myself. Dang.
Like, it's just like, man, I just get to a point where, like, man, could I make more money doing something else? I'm like, yeah, like, I can make the same amount of money, but I don't know. I ain't saying
the drive ain't gonna be the same.
The drive ain't gonna be the same, but it's like, yeah, I'm doing something I love, but am I happy all the time? Like, is you happy with that? Like, and I just think, I sit in the bed sometimes, like, bro, like, I question myself, like, is this what you continue want to do? Like, if the money big enough,
the money changes a lot of things.
I put all that to the side. But when the money ain't all that.
But you got to think about that too. That's happened to a lot of hoopers in this game. Is like, they really feel like, okay, I came from this situation, and maybe, like, even let's just say Tim come from the league. You feel me? You feel like, okay, everything I touch after this going to be top tier. Coming from even where you know what I'm saying, you come from Auburn, you should feel like everything I touch should be top tier, everything, and it don't be
that.
Nothing like you're starting all over. When minute you touch overseas basketball, you could be from EuroLeague to
matter. It's just
a league that don't got a name.
That don't mean nothing.
It don't mean anything
unless you got the right agent
or know the right people.
That too, the right people. Yeah, all right, cool, but they don't. You right? They don't. All that what school you went to?
God, they don't even know. They don't even know what Auburn is. Think about that.
Like, all that what school you went to, all that don't matter. Especially after your first year overseas. After you go and got your first career.
Yeah.
After your first year.
What was the last place you played?
Yeah, they want to know about that. They don't want to. You might get a job off your name out of college your second year just off because you went to that school, but after a while, but they on FIBA basketball, EuroLeague. They looking at.
They want somebody they know that they can talk to.
Yeah,
they're gonna go talk to coaches. They're gonna talk to other dudes.
Then I don't know, bro. It just then before I got here, I was coming from a situation where I left. I was in Sweden on the last place team there. But I'm saying the situation was alright, but I was in a situation where they were playing with my money. They almost, hey, we sent your money, but it got sent back.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean?
So you telling me this Sweden is like one of the beautiful places in the world? Like, it's like a rich country. Like, they got money, like real money. So their money is almost on the same as our money. So I'm looking at them like, all right, how many months y'all gonna think that's gonna work with me? Like, y'all did it 2 months in a row. Hey, we sent your money, but it got sent back.
Until they're gonna keep trying to see how long we can get away with it before.
So
we
now I got
something else.
Hey, I can't go. I'm not going to practice until I get my money. Then it takes you 24 hours,
right,
to get me my money.
Right.
Hey, we got a game today. Hey, I'm not playing. My agent told me not to play until he get his fee.
Right.
You feel me? Now I got to make a decision where do I ride with my agent or I go play in this game?
You're putting in a tough
situation. Like, they don't tell you about that right there. Right. Where the agent's like, hey, don't go play because they ain't paid me yet.
And then you got to worry about, like, with the agent on.
With the agent on, is the agent really just mad at them and don't want me to play no more?
Right, because that happens too. And then you don't know what's going on.
You don't know. And half the time the agent got a relationship with them, but he's mad. He's mad at them right now because he ain't got his money. But you don't really know if he got his money or not, though, because he can be lying about that.
Right. People don't talk about lying agents.
That's what I'm saying. Then some of these agents,
they looking at
us American like they one step ahead of us, like they can get over on us.
Yes,
like, that's the whole.
Agents feel like we work for them instead of, it's like, what happens between, especially you work for me. It's not I work for you.
I don't care where you go, what country you go to, you can go to be in Europe, South America. When they see us, they think we slow.
They think we dumb.
They think we're dumb, like, but not knowing we've been trained like this, and since we've been yay high, like since we've been kids, like we know when it's some bullshit. Like,
some BS. Like,
that ain't right now. I see you, I see you, like they don't.
I know this ain't right, and you're not gonna just tell me otherwise and expect me
to go for it.
Expect me to go for it. They definitely think you can.
It's just a lot of BS.
I feel like that's a learned trait in most countries because, like, especially here, let's say here, for example, Argentina. Look at the money. Look at the government. Look how much like the money fluctuates and how much. Look at the situation that happened with dude on the team. Just their relationship with money relates to how their relationship with people, it conspires together. When it comes down to one thing, I'm willing to mistreat you or think that you're slow or find a way that I can get over on you because for some reason we've just been trained to think that I'm better than you. Yeah. They really feel like, yeah, I'm better than you. You make more money than me because you're the black athlete, foreigner. The monkeys. We're here to put on the show. That's really how that's how they really see it. But I just see it. That's exactly how it is. It is what it is. But when you start, like, they try and then you be like, no. And then you stand your ground, because I always say that, like, you should never it's got to be more than just for the money's sake. You can't let somebody start mistreating you for the money's sake, because at the end of the day, that's going to stick. And then when they do it once, 100,000%, they're going to try it again, and then it trickles down to every single person. Because look at after COVID, how many guys is willing to do whatever to just get a job?
Do whatever. They'll come deal with anything.
Take any kind of money.
Any kind of treatment, any place to stay. We can be the worst living conditions. Like, hey, man, I'm overseas, man. Nah, I'm past that in my career.
Right.
I'm past that. Like
man, honestly, to be like I'm an overseas basketball player, you probably ain't got no bread like that, because
if you ain't stacking.
One, what I realize I see a lot when it comes down to players, they don't know how to manage their money.
Not at all.
Call it cultural. We don't know how to manage our money. I'm prime person. I know I mismanaged a lot of money in my career.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Mismanaged. And it feels like you get stuck. Sometimes you get stuck in this loop where you're just going to be starting over every year. And you're like, man, I done had homeboys say, bro, I made 180 or 150 this year. And before the season start, in 3 months time, I'm down to like 15, 20. And it's just like, how?
I done done that every summer.
It's like every summer you're starting over and you're not really building on nothing, and that happens a lot.
I think the older you get, you realize, like, all right, I got a few more years to hoop, so I gotta keep most of this. Like, you gotta keep most of it, and you just gotta be disciplined with your money. Like, as long as
you gotta think about it. You're 6 years, like you say, you're 6 years and you feel like, man, I got a couple more years left. But, like, I'll use me for example. I didn't really start thinking about managing my money and actually picking up books and listening to podcasts and stuff, like really changing all that until I was like 31, 32. I'm 33. Like, I've only been doing this for like the last year, changing what I'm doing, not trying to be out there, changing the way I'm eating, because I'm like, I tricked off a lot of bread, a lot of money, a lot of situations, and I'm like, bro, you won 7 championships. Think about that. This is just how my mindset is. You won 7 championships, but you driving DoorDash right now. And we professional. Like, I'm out here saying, I got an amazing career.
You got a resume.
Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got an amazing career, and it's like, I'm out here driving DoorDash, bro. Just like hanging on to my last 100. Hanging. And it's just like, all the things that I've done in my past have led me to this point. Yes, I was hoping, but if you don't focusing on this as well, as far as like your finances and dealing with taxes back at the crib and make sure your home situation is straight, then it's just going to eat up all of your money, and then you get in these situations.
See, I learned in college. I learned early because I was, and when I first got out, Auburn Junior College, #1 player in the country. I was seeing some money, like I was. I don't know if it's supposed to be happening, but I was. I was seeing some money, and so it's like I think I told you this story. My senior year, and I'm really having it, but I'm not saving it. Everything come out. I got the shoes, the clothes.
Trust me, boy. I know.
I got. So my brother, my older brother, he's having his way too. Like, he got the J's, everything with the. But he just showed me, like, your account ain't like this. I'm like, man, you crazy? Want to play big bank, take little bank? You know, I got a bankroll on me. If you ain't have a bankroll, you wouldn't nothing. Like, so you had to have a bankroll. But he showed me his account. He just showed me this account. I ain't gonna tell you, but I seen what a grown man account's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm out here doing it wrong. I'm out here really thinking like, oh, I'm supposed to have a wad of cash in my pocket. Instead of spending it all, save it. Like, he taught me how to save money and taught me how to manage money. Like, hey, you gotta keep this much in your savings account. You gotta keep, like, of course things gonna happen. Like, of course stuff gonna happen where you gotta spend money, but you gotta be disciplined enough to know once you take that money out, you gotta put that money back. Yeah. But you get to take it so much, you just
that's what I said. Like you said, it's a discipline.
Yeah, I didn't have times where I couldn't get back to where
we all been there.
Where my goal was, so I gotta start all the way over. But it's just a discipline thing with me. So I learned that at probably 25, 26. So I'm pretty good with managing my money now. And it ain't nothing I haven't done out here. I can't buy it. Like I got everything I need.
I feel like that's what you get to a point where it's like, bro, like you said, in college, because I had the same situation. Like, in college, nobody told me about loans and nothing.
Credit card.
Nothing. I remember my college coach, he told me one time, he was like, you should get a credit card and use it for gas and pay it back. But it didn't really click because he was just one of the coaches. We didn't really, I wouldn't say we didn't respect him, but he was just one of the coach, the assistant coach. You know what I'm saying?
You joke with him.
Yeah, we joke, whatever. But now that I think back, you know, when I go, they just tell you, go to financial aid. Go to financial aid. What loans you want?
I don't know, whatever I can get.
All of them. I literally went in there and said, just give me all of them. You want Stafford or unstafford? Both.
How much I can get from that? Okay, bring both of them to me, yeah.
So, refunds come. I was talking about, you got to think. This is, it just goes back, and the roots just goes back. I ain't never at that time had 30 bands. I got 15 the first time, 15 the second time. You know what the first thing I did? Took my car straight to the shop and put some 20 up.
That's how we was taught though. Like that's our culture. Like,
I put 20s, rims, new tires, tinted windows, radio, 12s, amp. Went to the mall, got like 8 pairs of shoes. It's just like, man, that's what you're supposed to do.
Dude, like that's
you balling.
Like, we was weird, bro. We was led so wrong.
So wrong. I'm talking about, bro, shoe, this shoe, that shoe, this shoe, this fit. Every weekend at the mall, going out, bottles.
Yeah.
Man, just waste for like, I think it for like 2-3 months. 2-3 months. Every time we went out to the club, I told my boys, I got y'all. It's on me. I'm paying for us to get in. I'm paying for our drinks. Every time I got it.
Hey,
I got it. You can't live like that, man. You can't live like that. And
it's a teacher's moment, though. It teaches. But I always look back and like, I did do that, though. Like, I had fun. Like,
I feel like, yeah, I had fun, but then at the end of the day, it's like, for me, at this point, I feel like, okay. Because as athletes, when you do get to that level and you do get overseas, you really experience a different life that a lot of people, and I think that's what everybody gets so confused about. They just see the going out, they see
you only post the good.
They just see the highlight, the ooh. Oh, okay. You see you in a different, like, no matter what. When you're in one country, like you're at home, you in Atlanta. Like, look at Atlanta. It's a great city. But if your homeboy posting that he in Dubai, or even you posting you out here in Rio Gallo, Argentina, just the fact that you out in another country living.
Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I gotta be out there too. Not even knowing. Not even knowing.
I'm bored as hell. I'm making this shit look good. I'm making it look good, boy.
Not even knowing, bro.
And you know, our culture, wherever we go, we're going to make the best of it.
Yeah, we got a resilient type of spirit. It's just the type of people that we're just resilient. And we just
and you know, we come from the South, so.
Yeah. It don't really take much.
It don't take much. We was taught to show love, like.
So. It's a lot that comes into it, but.
Yeah, but. It ain't just sweet out here.
No.
This overseas basketball style is not. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
Listen, quoted in my book. It's not for the weak-hearted.
If you're not mentally strong, just mentally strong, physically strong, all that, it's not for you. It's not. See, and I'm not tripping because I know eventually I can get another job. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I will get another job. It might not be in South America. I might be done with it in South America, but I can always shoot back to Europe, go to the Middle East. That's my plans. I'm play on, work on try to get to the Middle East. That's what I'm gonna try to do. And I just gotta, hey man, what's next? Like you said, like, man, what's next? I can't dwell on this. You did?
Nope.
I ain't know if I was a rookie, I'd be at home.
Oh, blowed.
I'll be called coach. I'm sorry. Please forgive it. But nah, man. Like, man, I made my bed. I gotta leave.
But yeah, because you know that does happen. That's one thing I want to let like rookies know as well. Like, yeah, you had this situation, but you have worked yourself up into your career that you know that I will find another job. Yeah. You know, so. He's in a different kind of. It's really not too many people that can just do that because I know one of the dudes. Okay, when I first got here, I replaced the guy. He left because of the last coach, and then the next guy, who's there with me, he left. That we had the episode with.
Yeah.
He left. So then the next guy come in, had issues with the managers. He left. Then they brought you in, and then. Now you gone, you know.
Everybody else left. I got kicked.
You see, you kind of left too. You really mentally you left.
Yeah, mentally I was.
That's all.
That's mentally, what it really was.
Mentally you left. Mentally you left because Because even when it got good, mentally you still was, you was already checked out.
I was already checked out.
Because I'm like, bro, it's gotten way
better. And you got to stay mentally locked in. I was like, physically I was locked in, but mentally I wasn't locked in like how you was telling me. I wasn't mentally here. I was already back home. And I just dropped the video. It came out today, and it's talked about that. But it's being locked in because when you hit that end of the stretch, and another friend of mine who was playing in Chile, he got a podcast called Posting Up with Skip, and he was talking about, man, the end of the season burnout. Once you start getting towards the end of the season and you can start smelling the finish line, even if it comes to like not even winning, when you smelling the finish line, it's like, bro, that's when you got to turn up the most. That's when you got to start getting more physically locked in. You really got to start cutting people off. You can't be really trying to be out here too much. You got to be like, okay, man, like, this is really getting towards the end. Got to stay locked in because one situation, hey, going home early, even though you might be going home, but if you got to go home before you want to go, but in my situation, I've been ready to go home. So it's not like when I want to go. Yes, I wanted my money. I definitely wanted my money. I ain't going to sit here and act like, but I've been ready to go home. I've been ready. My mind already been home. I already had a plan what I'm doing when I get home. Mm-hmm. I already see. That's why I'm not being. Normally, when I know I done fucked up, I'll be like, man, what I'm going to do? Like, but I'm not in that stage. Like, I know, like, all right, this what you've been wanting. Like, even though how it came, this what I've been asking for, and I knew I should have been home.
Look, I'm gonna quote this book that I read, right? And it says, the dude asked God, he was like, he want this, and he was like, you know not what you asked for, but even this you will have. So a lot of times we ask for stuff, but we don't know in what way we finna get it.
Yeah. That's real.
That's real. And then you really gotta look back like, bro, I really been asking for this.
I've been asking for
it. But you just didn't expect it to come this way.
But the thing is, he been sending me signs. Mm-hmm. He been sending me signs. And I've been telling you, like, bro, either I'm just leave on my own or they gonna send me home. I knew, I knew it was gonna happen. I knew eventually. Even with the new coach.
Do you believe that the fact that, okay, you knew it was going to happen and you thought about it so much, you kind of manifested that into existence?
It's a chance. It's definitely a strong, I'm trying to find it. Like, give me a reason. Play with me if you want to. And I'm going to show y'all ass. Like, I'm going to show you. Like, they probably played it. But I knew I was supposed to be out of here down there a month ago. After our first game, after I booked my first flight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was wild.
You did. I booked my first flight. You did, like.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
But I went against it, and look where it got me. Sometimes you just got to go with your move and deal with it. Like, just got to go with it and accept what it is. Like, There's some people working jobs. I'm not telling you can just go quit your job. I'm not saying that, but once you reach a specific point in that job, like once you reached a boiling point, there's nothing you can do to save that job.
Right.
Like there's nothing you can do, and you know, like man, I can't keep doing this. Like I can't do it. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna go crazy. Even though they done fired you, you got a new boss. He's showing you love, but it's still like, man, every time I bring my ass in here, you just can't help but feel like it because you burnt out already. It's just like, man, it's just, ain't nothing can't nobody do to fix that situation, especially when it's already.
Yeah. Hey, man. On the bigger and better things, everything happens for a reason. Every moment.
You gonna see me again, man?
Oh no, 100%. I already know that. Like I said, we always got to we had to get one interview in, but You know me, I always love the good content.
That's some great content. Hey,
It's definitely some good content. Just letting people know, like, this is what really goes on. Like, this happened today. So it's not like, oh, we talking about an old situation. We talking about today. And guys got to understand that this is just type of situations that you're gonna find yourself in.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, especially, I think I should just make a whole segment of just talking about Argentina, because I've never seen the ratio of guys that just have an issue here. It's so different here. I just had a conversation with my homeboy on my last episode that we did together on the last interview, and he was here. He was on the other side. But now he in Chile because he couldn't deal with, once you hear what he's saying, you're gonna be like, bro, it's the same thing.
Like,
And he got up out of here.
you see, that's what I'm saying. You gotta get it. You gotta go ahead and leave.
He got up out of here.
You gotta go ahead and leave before they put you out.
He got up out of here. And
Now I'm looking like the bad guy.
Yeah?
I'm looking like the bad guy, but my whole career. I've been that, so I know how to deal with this. But I knew I was supposed to leave before it got to this point. You gotta leave before it get to this point. Like, go with your first mind. Sometimes you gotta go with your first mind. Like, if you know you ain't gonna be able to finish all the way through without negative energy or like negative thoughts. Like, if you can't find no positive.
Right. Because at the end of the day, your mental mind is more important than the whole situation. Because if it's not there, I don't care. It really doesn't matter how much money you get in. If you're not in a good mental state, it's
you
not
gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Then you don't want to be labeled. You want to get the label hothead.
Americans.
Yeah, you don't.
Especially, I'm talking to my black American hoopers. Listen,
don't want to get that label.
We all know that label of hothead. He's labeled as a hothead. They look at us as
hothead. So I rather you just get up out of there and just.
Sometimes it's better because you don't want to get that label, and you know that's.
But I ain't saying it's okay just to leave every situation. Some situations you just gotta make it through. Like you gotta see it through. Knows you ain't mentally broken. Mm-hmm. You can make it through. I could have made it through this situation. I definitely could. But and I probably, if I would have went back after I left, went back, came back in there and talked, I'd probably still be here. Yeah. But I was just like, all right, bro, do what y'all want to do. I'm at a point where, hey, man, I've been telling y'all I want to go home, so now what you gonna do? You gonna send me home or you gonna keep me? Yeah. And everybody don't have that attitude. Don't have that. You saying that for you to understand, I'm just giving you. Some players act like me. And some of us act like this, and some don't. You feel me, Aaron? It's like a handful of us. Nah, it's almost everywhere you go. You going? But what y'all did? What? I'm out of here, man. I know folks. I know a lot of, not a lot, but I know some players. They get their first check, and they get their first check. They probably getting like 10, 15. Mm-hmm. Get their first check. I'm out of here. They gone. Just for the first month, just to get their money. I ain't never done that, but I'm just saying, you got. Now, they just don't like the situation. Right. So they gonna take it out for the first month, get that check in. You're right. Yep. And be back on another age, like, hey man, give me a job. Type thing. Right. Those are far and few. He's talking about is like a different level. Do not try that. You're not on that level or have that I know name. Guys right now at the crib who was sitting here still talking about what he did in college and who he believed. Listen, don't trust in your game. Trust in your word. Yeah. Just trust in your work and let that take you as far as you're going to do, because all that what I did and this, that, and the third. I know a D2 guy making more than a lot of D1 guys. The guy I told you about that was making like 150, he came from NAIA. So that's why when you get across the waters, it's a whole. We on even playing field. We on even playing field. All that know where you went. If you don't perform professionally. Exactly. If you don't come out here and produce,
and put up numbers and be efficient and be a pro's pro, it's too much. It's too many people out here, bro. It's too much. Don't get it twisted, but appreciate it, man. You know, we're gonna stay in touch. Wish you the best of luck. You know.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everything, you know. We're gonna be seeing each other.
Yeah, we're gonna see each other again.
Man, just keep hooping, you know, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, man. That's all I got for this episode. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, leave me a rating. We out. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.